So I decided to spin the block with Ray. I was moving to Houston. So this video is in Houston, Texas. One of the things I like to say is that whatever you want to do in your life, know that you can do it, but know that there's going to be obstacles. And sometimes we got to realize that it's always going to be external factors that we are battling against, right? Sometimes the things that stand in our way are not necessarily us. Sometimes it's systems, sometimes it's protocol, and it's things that are out of our control that stand before us. I was in a weird space when I decided to move to Houston, and when I say weird, I mean I wanted a change. For a while. I would travel to other countries, and in the last 2 years, I had been overseas 6 times. So I was spending a lot of free time overseas, and I started to like overseas more than living in the United States, mainly due to economic reasons. Most Americans never lived overseas. This is a fact. Most Americans haven't even left their hometown or still live in their hometown. And the United States is so vast, I don't blame them because, a person can move 3,000 miles and still be in the United States. So that's not a dig at the United States or Americans. It's just how we are, right? But I would say that since most Americans don't really know, unless you're in the military, a normal civilian doesn't really know what it's like to live in another country. And our media tells us that this is the best country in the world. It's so easy for us to just decide, you know what, this is the best country, I just stay here. I was in a difficult place because I had tragedy that happened in the United States, and I just wanted to get away, get far, far, far away, and do something different, experience a different culture. And I think that actually saved my life in doing that. Houston is a good mid-range where, it has an international airport. It has a really good culture as well as decent economy in the state of Texas. It's filled with a lot of people from other cultures, people from Asia, India, Africa, the Caribbean. It's really a melting pot. Europe, Canada. There's a lot of different people that live in Houston. Houstonians, locals, people from Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, across the South, Florida, that, visit or travel to Houston. And I decided to live in Houston and build Houston as my base because my ultimate goal is to live overseas. But first, I need to get some things in order in the United States. So that's why I decided to move to Houston. And so far, things have been going pretty good for me. I would like to revisit this topic in 3 to 4 years once I have completed some of my goals that I have set and to see where I am. But I think that for me, living in the United States part-time would be sufficient. Living in the United States 100% full-time, I don't think it's something that I really want to do because the economy, the money is just like, you work so hard, the average guy, the average Joe, right? We work so hard to obtain money, and then we're forced to have to trade that money that we make back into the system. Wealth is really the money that you don't spend, right? Most Americans don't have wealth because most Americans live paycheck to paycheck because external factors always cause inflation or things to rise. So money is always an issue. Whereas a person could take $40,000 and go live comfortably in another country. It's kind of hard to live comfortably with $40,000 in the United States. Not saying that you can't do it, but if you start having wants or desires for a family, for different things, you're going to run into a brick wall. So that's really where I was at with it. Like, man, things are just irate. And if you look at YouTube and just look at Gen Z, millennials, even people that's older, like Gen Xers, A lot of people would tell you that they're struggling financially in the United States. And I feel sorry for the people that don't have a degree or a trade, because it could be even harder. Really, to be honest with you, I haven't even made much money with my degree. I've made more money off a trade than with my degree. And I just think that that's just the way the game goes. So it's interesting to see what the future holds. Houston is a great vibe, but I could still, one of the things I'm waiting to build here is a community where I have people that I'm cool with, friends and stuff like that, because the people that you meet really make the place. It's not just fancy buildings, good restaurants and stuff like that. The people that you meet or the people that you can explore that place with is what make the place.